Hello, Cancer. Welcome. This is Love in the Full Moon. This is a general reading for all Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs in love. So let's see what the universe has to say for all of you crabs out there. Dear universe, what messages do you have for the greatest and highest good for all of our Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for this full moon of November? Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Sure do appreciate you. Your messages, your likes, your shares, your comments. Really do appreciate all of your energy. So stick around because the reading always tends to have a nice development as more and more cards come down on the table. So if it's for you, that's terrific. If it's not, that's okay. Check your other signs. Whoever needs to hear the message is who it's for. So take what works and leave what does not. All right, dear universe, one more shuffle and let's get these cards down on the table for all of our Cancers, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. All right. All right, what's your overall energy, Cancer? Let's see what that's about. We'll start there. So I'm sensing a lot of inner conflict after what appears to be some kind of deceit or something that came up. For some of you, you feel really bad. Maybe you even walked away. This has been a very toxic relationship that you have been involved in to begin with. So for some of you, you may leave one toxic relationship and walk right into another one. So just be careful of that. But I feel like, this is something that has been almost, like these energies have built to this point where you were almost forced to walk out of the house. Like there was, and I don't know who this is for, it's just what I'm picking up. Somebody was really forced to walk out of the house. It was almost a good thing. I mean, you should look at that as almost being a gift. But there's this sense of codependency that will drive you back. It's almost like, you walked out, but there's something that's going to keep you coming back. It's like somebody's got their claws, like they're digging their claws in you. I'm just reading the cards as I see them, people. So that's the energy that I see for you, Cancer, at this time. Now, in your recent past, I think you knew that there was a lot of options that you could take, but it was just a matter of timing and you balancing things. And I think it was just really difficult to maneuver in a relationship because I get the sense that somebody was very controlling. They kept you kind of chained up. Like you knew that, it was very little that you could do on your own without them ever finding out. So there may have been some hiding. I get, like you're wearing costumes, things of that nature. So I get like you had to hide in order to help yourself because there was a part of you I felt like you knew that this person had the upper hand. What about your present situation here, Cancer? So for some of you, trying to balance things, see, you didn't want anybody to know how the struggle you were going through. There was a struggle that you were going through. And I think you saw how difficult it was going to be if you continued. And that might be why you had to walk away. Things were very unsettling in this relationship. And you had to, it's almost like you knew that you were going to have to walk away from this at some point. How and when to walk away was the big question for you. Because all was not what it seemed in this relationship. I almost get the feeling that somebody has told you, Cancer, that if you tell anybody that I did this to you, I'm going to And you can fill in the blank. But I hear that in my head. It's that kind of an energy with the person that you were dealing with. You know, because they're very controlling. I feel like they were bigger than you too. So that made it difficult because there was this, I want to say, the energy of intimidation over you. I mean, I wish this was a happier reading, but it is what it is. It's what I'm getting. So with this Two of Wands, it's like, you know, you had to make a decision, Cancer. And it's not an easy decision. But there's this element of not knowing how much longer you can really continue. And options are starting to present themselves to help you, you know, deal with this energy of walking away. Because it's definitely somebody, but you know, like I say, you need to be careful that you don't walk out away from one and into another toxic situation, because that has a potential. So just be very aware of that. And don't lose sight of your faith is what I also, don't lose sight of, you know, what's really going on. So what you don't see coming is this wonderful sunshine. So things might be really difficult, but once you walk away, if you haven't done it, I feel like you will be doing it. I feel like all of a sudden the tables start to turn. You start to feel more confident. I think your emotions start to come into check. But yet there's something still keeping you right where you are with this situation and this person. So even though you walked away, I don't feel like you feel like it's been dealt with on some level. But you're ready to heal from it. You're ready to, you know, grab your cup here, you know, and start to get a hold of your emotions and take care of all of the wounds of the two of you. Because I do get this real heavy sense of controlling energy. And I think it's like you have to like start your motor again, almost like, you know, and, you know, with the Chariot reversed, you know, internally, you know, there's something still churning inside of you that's not allowing you to move forward from, I want to say, the aftermath of this relationship. And there may be somebody in your life. I mean, here, this Queen of Cups, I read that as you. You become very confident, happy again. You know, but then there's still this residue that you still haven't dealt with, that you want to start to heal regarding this past relationship. And you sit suspended, but I feel like you start to see how you can like come down off of this tree and start to mend some of these deep wounds that happened in this relationship. But it's one of those, I don't know whether or not you really want to face the issues, because they're difficult to see. But, you know, I think you're ready to put an end to your past and move on from this relationship. Now, you might be dealing with an earth sign. You might be dealing with, this is the card of Scorpio, another water sign. But I feel like you gain a sense of freedom when you close the door with this person. I mean, here, the Two of Cups reversed with the Nine of Wands. I mean, this is a very heavy relationship that you had to deal with. And it was one of those where, you know, there was a lot of gray among this. And I felt like you were always defending yourself. Yeah, because you were always on guard. There was always, it's like everything made you jump, this relationship. You shouldn't be in a relationship that makes you jumpy. You should want to be with your person. And if you hear them, you want to jump, not be jumpy. So, I mean, this was a really difficult person where you were walking on eggshells, basically. But now I feel like once you close this door and you move on, move away. I mean, some of you may be trying to move away, but, you know, there's no place to go right now. I feel like something will come up. Like, if like, oh my gosh, I would love to move and I don't know. If an opportunity comes your way, you should really take it because it would help you. You know, so this decision with this person, it's a difficult ending. But I feel like it will bring you a different kind of love. one that wouldn't be so bald and change, because we have this total opposite here with the Devil and the Lovers. So I feel like somebody else could step in the picture, you know, but I think the danger here and what I keep seeing is like, don't walk away from someone and into the arms of another right away. I almost feel like you've got to remember who you are, because there's damage has been done here. You know, it's been really, really difficult being with somebody, you know, who tried to dominate and control your actions. So be careful that you don't put yourself back in a position with this person after you close the door, because that's a possibility, you know, or you may, you know, find your freedom and go in another direction. But I think the next person, I just see this next person, it could be a Leo, because the sun is really, you know, focusing in on my vision here. And I'm feeling like, well, whatever it is that comes in is going to make you feel really good, really light, really bright. And I don't feel like it's the first person that comes to mind. I think it's somebody else. You know, and here's the other side of the story. Okay, this person, maybe you walked away from them already. Okay, because this is your present situation. Maybe you walked away from them already, and, you know, you're starting to put things in another perspective. They still have their eye on you. You walked away, but they're still making sure of all of your moves and what you're doing. So, especially in this day and age, social media makes that very possible. So you know, with you, it's one of these things where you can walk away from this person. You start to feel really good, and, you know, you start to build back on your emotions and put yourself back together again. And I think this to me, illustrates a time period for you where you start to feel fresh again and you start to feel renewed. And, you know, I think your pattern might be to run. And right now you're being told to stay put and just heal what has happened to you. Maybe there's somebody in your world, another water sign, who would be a great person for you to just hang with. Because the thing is this person could return. You know, now that you've put yourself back together again. And I say that because of this Seven of Swords reverse that came up. I almost feel like you finally close the doors and start your healing. And you're starting to feel good about who you are again and your sense of freedom. And, you know, you don't feel so connected anymore. Because, you know, as you start to walk, every day you walk further away from the relationship, you start to feel good about who you are and know that you made a good decision. But with that being said, I also do feel like this person also sees that you're, you know, coming back into yourself, because originally there was an attraction between you two. So you cannot deny that there was a reason to begin with that you two got together again. And I see them trying to figure out how they can maneuver their way back to you. But by that point, I feel like you are really in a good place. You know, where you're very clear and you're bright and you know what it is now, what you want, because you've been working on yourself. Okay, what else do we have in your environment, dear Cancer? What else is in your environment? Yeah, but there's an issue of pretending that things are better with you than they really are. Because this King of Wands and this Two of Pentacles reversed, those two cards are about wearing masks. It's about not really being who you really are. You know, people see you and they're like, oh my God, you know, she's got her shit together. He's got his stuff together. They're like really in control. But the flip side is that not really. You know, not really, Cancer. If anything, you avoid people who might see through all of that. So, dear universe, what advice do you have for our Cancers? See, not wanting to close a cycle with this person of the past here. It's really important because, you know, it may be one of these things. You, rather than walking towards the devil, is you staying connected to this relationship, even if it is over. That's another scenario for you, Cancer. So this is about really endings for you. And you can't pretend anymore that the endings don't exist. So I feel like you need to take the blindfolds off, you know, because that's what it is. Here we have the Knight of Wands reversed. So whoever it is that's in your life, you know, they're ready to move on as well. You know, once they really digest it. But it's going to be this letting go of trying to like make a decision to close something, but close it for good and not have this, you know, coming and going type of energy. You know, when it's over and you gain freedom. And with that freedom, you have the opportunity now to truly meet somebody incredible. But this has to go away. So this person, I feel like they could make you feel very guilty about leaving. They could make you feel really guilty if you have met someone else. You know, don't let them skew what it is that you need to do. So it's time for you to make a decision. A decision that I feel like you knew has been coming for a long time. And it's one that's really necessary. Now, for others of you, if you do meet somebody who is a fire sign, I would be very careful of them, because they do, if this is somebody who you meet that wants to get involved with you, they may be married. Aside from being married, I can feel that, you know, they really don't care about you. And right now, Cancer, this is about you making some really good, solid decisions. Because I feel like you made a mistake with this person. You know, but look, good or bad, it's over. Now you need to just stay focused on what's in front of you, not what is behind you. New love. See, that Lovers. You know, so you have an opportunity, you know, to really close this door. Don't hang on to this past with this person that could keep you from something really amazing. Now, the other thing I will say, because these three cards are all connected and touching, that this love relationship you have, it could be one of these that's really intoxicating. You know, and it's something that you've always wanted. So it's like one of these things is, I feel like you should not deny yourself the pleasure of having really true love if it comes to you because of a past relationship. So we have the Three of Pentacles with the Knight of Cups. I mean, somebody wants to offer you some love, but I also think they want to know that a door is closed. You know, and this could be somebody who's been watching you shine. They've been watching you work on something. Maybe this is somebody who is at work. It could be somebody at work, somebody who you work with. But I also feel like they want to give you a cup of love, but again, they're not sure whether or not you're going to take it. And they're not sure you're really done with somebody from the past. So I feel like this is somebody who you know. Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands comes out in your future position here. It comes out with the Ace of Swords. So a Queen of Wands, fire energy. And this may be somebody who you're dealing with. Cancer, if you know a fire sign. Leo, Sag. I want to say Sag. Maybe they have a cat. Be very careful of them. I feel like they could throw out some deception your way. Just be aware of that. But on another note, I think you also need to be very careful of your own words, that you don't deceive someone and make them turn and walk away. Because with this Devil here, you know, what I see happening is that, you know, the offer that you might get may not be like, don't take the first one keeps coming up. You know, it's just because like this is like really good. It's like, don't just take the first person that shows up after you walk away from this person, because that may not work for you. So I feel like you need to be very sharp and on guard with your intuition, because you look good. People like your confidence. They like how you're walking about. They like how you move. You know, and this person's been watching you for a while because they know you. Like I say, I can't help but feel that this is somebody who you work with. They've been watching everything, and it's just a matter of time. And I think you know that this person was one of your options. Interesting reading, Cancer. Wow. All right, so we're already 20 minutes in. This is a long reading. All right, let's see. Anything else? Wow. Okay. A few more cards, and then I think we'll close this reading for you, Cancer. So again, be very careful of how your words are spoken. Because again, there's these opportunities. See, again, I feel like this is somebody at work. So I think you have worked really hard, Cancer, to get to a place where you feel good about yourself, right? So don't let anything or anyone, you know, ruin that for you. Because I feel like somebody wants to get in the way of where you're going. Because they've, like I say, somebody's been watching you. So just keep things very fair, very balanced, very focused. And I see you being very focused. Like you see what's happening around you. And that is probably one of your greatest tools at the moment. So be careful of somebody at work who is trying to undermine you. The King of Swords reverse. I mean, this is, I feel like your boss. I mean, just be very careful at work, especially if there is somebody at work who has got their eye on you. You know, work relationships are always very difficult. So if that's what the scenario is, just tread lightly, you know, because as long as everything stays normal, I think you'll be okay. But yeah, that's what I see. Let's get a little clarification. And again, I see this Queen of Wands. See, I think you're starting to feel good. You recover great from this past relationship you walk from. Don't let them make you feel guilty, all right, Cancer? Don't let them make you feel guilty. Page of Pentacles. So twice the page comes up. So I feel like, you know, don't second guess your work. I think if you've been working on something that really means an awful lot to you, don't second guess what you've done. All right? Because I feel like you've been working really, really hard. So don't take that away from yourself. You know, be proud of what you did. You've worked that hard, you should have a good outcome. Maybe there's still work to do on something that you're doing at work. Because I'm definitely feeling like an issue at work is going to come up, and you need to just stay focused on what you need to do and keep things fair. You know, and if somebody comes up to you and says, hey, that's not right, well, then just fix it. You know, because this idea, it's going to work. There's just some pieces that still need to be put back together again. So I don't know who that was for, but that was, I feel like, really specific to the work relationship that you're involved in. All right, so we're already 24 minutes in. I'm going to end it here, Cancer. I hope this resonated. If it did, great. If it didn't, that's okay. Check your other signs. If you like this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up, a comment, a share. And I look forward to seeing you at the next readings. Bonus readings go out next week. And then we'll throw out readings for love in the new moon and general readings for December coming up. So until the next reading, Cancer, take care of yourselves. Bye now.